Good time zone, everybody, and welcome back to the Town of Light. In the last episode, we entered the ruins of an abandoned mental health institution as a former patient by the name of Renee. And as in the previous episode, at the beginning of that episode, please be aware that this game does have disturbing imagery, disturbing themes, and all surrounding the mental health care system in the early 20th century, because holy crap, it was not perfect. It was a nightmare. It was a nightmare of the most heinous things the heinous things you can think of. So without further ado, let's keep going. Um, as I previously mentioned, um, this playthrough, how I'm handling the Town of Light this time around. And I didn't do this with Midnight Fight Express, but I'm gonna do it every 3 chapters. So it's more like what I did with Doom 2, where we play 3 chapters and then video ends. Next next episode upload, which is Tuesday, it will have the next 3 episodes, and then and on Wednesday we'll have the next 3 episodes. So oh yeah. All right, so oh crap, I am not getting any help. That's I have no idea where I'm going. The director, I've been working at this institution for 5 years now. I'm a simple person. I'm not educated, and I feel embarrassed about writing to you. I've always tried to look on the bright side, but sometimes we are called upon to do difficult things. That's our duty, and I understand and accept it. There is no alternative. However, I've decided to write you because simply something is happening which is simply unacceptable. I am well aware that there's someone among us who devotes too much attention to the younger female patients who are confused. The serious nature of this fact compelled me to write to you. I'm certain of your indignation and the measures you will adopt to solve the problem. Please accept my warmest regards and respect. And that's one of the more disgusting things. Um, that took place when these mental health institutions were a thing was that the lost, in quotations, were being, and I say that in quotations, was being taken advantage of because they didn't have any sense of free will or who they were. They were being taken advantage of.
She stayed with Renee during those terrible medical examinations, and that gave her the strength to survive.
Full story, but where am I supposed to
They
go?
went to the gynecology ward on the upper floor.
I love how that I love the help system. How they were like, because it plays like an actual like sentence that's not being uttered. Gynecology. Okay, it's over here. That isn't. This is it, isn't it? Visit the gynecology ward on the upper floor. That's the gynecology, isn't it? Or maybe I'm supposed to take the. Am I supposed to take Charlotte with me? Okay, I'm supposed to see something in there. Unless there's a bug with the game. Oh, wait, here we go.
August 21st, 1938. Confidential. Dear A, I know what you think about these things, so I'm referring a patient to you, Renee T. This wretched girl got out of control and caused trouble in the grounds. She's almost 3 months pregnant. The nurses should be more alert. I'm examining the girl on the 28th. I'll handle things very carefully, don't worry. We don't want to make matters worse. Then they said that Renee was crazy, and that the illness was all in her head. Careful, little girl, careful. I was scared, and I didn't talk to anyone about the illness. Only her. Not even the other doctor. He never touched Renee. He just wrote things down. You can tell me everything. Don't be afraid, he said. Everything's going to be fine. Do you want to know what I am writing? I note down what I observe in you, everything I see. He didn't hate Renee. He tried to help her, but he rarely examined her in those small surgeries.
Okay. Alright. Okay. Um, okay, that's interesting. Okay. Hmm. Uh, Hold on, let me just give me a second here. Alright, so, okay, now we're officially caught up to where we were the last time I played this. Oh, the controller. Oh, alright, I will be right back. Okay, here we go. Okay, I'm back. Alright.
The doctor who wrote things down was in Surgery C.
Oh, wait, hold on, let me try this again. Because I know that we were in the gynecologist's office. Yeah, apparently for some reason my game disconnected.
The doctor who wrote things down was in Surgery C.
Okay, there we go. Yeah, for some reason the controller kind of flipped out and didn't work properly. Okay. B. What's this? Oh, more pages.
My name is Renee. They told me that I have to write this diary, but I don't feel like it. It's not true that I feel better when I write. Actually, it's worse. I was a shy girl, and I just wanted to be like the others. But that's not what happened. No. I did things that, when I think about them now, eventually brought me here. Everything started with that damned light. It happened for the first time when I was still a little girl. I was 6 or 7. I was walking outside school when suddenly the noise started to melt into an indistinct rumble. The light increased out of all proportion and everything lost its meaning. I could no longer recognize anything. Objects, people, words, not even myself. I felt fear as a physical sensation. It prevented me from moving, from swallowing, from breathing. After God knows how long, everything went back to normal. But a new fear replaced the old one. Different but terrible. Of the light coming back. And it did come back. June 1935. After much theorizing and practice in clinics for the privileged, the moment for action has finally arrived. Volterra is the right place. It's an avant-garde hospital, the perfect place for a doctor who really wants to make a difference. November 20th. Crossing the threshold of the asylum was similar to entering another dimension. A world of smells, noises, and images which it is almost impossible to imagine, describe, or explain. August 1936. The situation is similar to that in many other institutions. The department is overcrowded. Hundreds of patients are supervised by a handful of nurses who are forced to tie the more distressed ones to their beds or to radiators. They do 24-hour shifts. It's impossible to work like this. We doctors rarely see the female patients, and it's the nurses who tell us what's happening to the women.
Jesus.
The overpowering stench in the wards, the constant din of shouts and voices that are barely recognizable as human, dirty, naked bodies devoid of any dignity. The lunatic asylum gets under your skin and wears you down. I often consider resigning. I feel useless, impotent, a sort of merciful jailer, a mercy that helps no one and only helps to ease my conscience. March 15th, 1938. Dramas are played out before my eyes every single day, and I try to distance myself from them and just do the best I can. But a girl arrived some days ago. I couldn't avoid her gaze. All she asked in her dignified silence was not to be ripped away from her world. And me. I'm old enough to be her father, the father she never had, who didn't want her, who rejected her without even knowing her. I too refused what she asked me. I couldn't do anything but add my signature and consign her to hell. A danger to herself and to others, and a cause of public scandal. This was what was written on the accompanying note from the police headquarters. It was difficult not to agree with it. How much more violence must this poor girl be subjected to? Her gaze is so intense, so far removed from the carefree nature which should be the joyous hallmark of her age. I cried myself to sleep in my solitude. I kept thinking about those sad and frightened eyes staring at me.
That that looks like cheek surgery? I don't know.
March 12th, 1938. Renee T., 16 years old. Menstruation at age 12. Housewife. Father unknown. Mother a seamstress. Admitted in observation yesterday morning from Pontedera, accompanied by a police officer authorized by the examining magistrate of the Court of Pisa to be admitted for a psychiatric evaluation, which I have carried out. Medical certificate. Mental illness preceded by warning signs. Has suffered from depression for a year, believing she had tuberculosis. Food deprivation. We can't read this document. It is forbidden. We mustn't. If they find out, there will be trouble.
Interesting. Okay. There's choice here? Huh. Okay. Yeah. Don't be scared.
We have to look for Amara. We must hurry. We have to follow the memories and make sure they don't fade. She is frightened, hears noises and ghosts, presents serious signs of anxiety psychosis, suffers from hallucinations. She is anxious, confused, her expression is distressed, a questioning look as if terrified, disoriented. She feels confused, hears voices shouting in her head. She doesn't understand things properly. She has been feeling unwell for 2 or 3 months. When questioned, she replies, "My mother wants to hurt me. I am always scared of her. She chases me." "Why are you here?" "I argued with my mother and was so upset that I felt like my head was spinning. There was a woman there who wanted to force me into a life of prostitution. They wanted to condemn me to be burned at the stake. Children whispered, called my name."
Jesus.
March 16th. She couldn't sleep last night. They wanted to condemn her to be burned at the stake. April 4th. Transferred to the calm ward, still under my supervision. "Yes, that's true. The ward where Amara was. Yes, the stake. The children wanted to burn Renee. She had to pay for what she'd done, like witches at the stake."
Jesus. What's that? Was this what frightened you? What was what? Finding out? Or I wish there was a way you could read like the history of the previous dialogue while making these choices. Yeah, what have you exactly done? Exactly.
April 21st.
Because
She's
I'm
more awake
kind of
this
confused
morning
here.
and is responding to questions, complains of headaches. She became agitated when she found out her mother was there. She says that one day, many years earlier,
Did we make a
she
wrong
was with
choice?
a friend of hers and met a man who made her get into a car and took her for a
Or
ride.
maybe...
He made her smoke cigarettes and drink liquor, and the man showed her certain things. He tried to hurt her and made her go crazy. She says he promised to marry her and made her swear to keep what had happened a secret. These facts were essentially confirmed by her mother. After that, she became arrogant, impatient, and hostile towards her family, especially her mother. She started taking off her clothes in public. Her moods would swing from laughter to tears. She rants. She pleasures herself. I can't remember these things, only the guilt, the stake. I know I deserved to pay for that guilt. I knew it even then.
Yeah, let's look for the rest of...
She was uncooperative during the examination. She didn't want to be stripped, and her body remained rigid. Voluntary attention almost totally absent. Probable hallucinations. April 25th. Confused ideas, unable to maintain a spontaneous conversation. Reflexes all normal. Reactive pupils. Let's find Amara, and we'll find the full medical records.
Can we read the thing again? I hate when the music cuts off like that. Okay.
The grounds at the back of the hospital, and then down to the kitchens.
Okay. That's the back of the hospital, then down to the kitchens. Okay, so we gotta go to the kitchen part of the facility. Is there a way to, like... Oh, here we go. Oh, now the door is open. Ah.
This is the road we used to take. If it weren't for her, in the grounds on that bench in spring, so many days. It was an escape, watching nature around us as she talked and smiled. And then there were the kitchens. Sometimes we stole food and ran back to the bench to eat it in secret, and we laughed. She did things to me. Sometimes she touched me. In the shower, I felt her body against mine for the first time. It was a shiver that warmed my soul. Eyes closed, the light slipped away. She wasn't in the system. He wouldn't let her in. That's it. She must be the key to my memories, to the reasons why.
Interesting that that's
Let's look for Amara in the kitchens in the basement of the building, behind the greenhouse.
okay. So...
Nature helped me to forget, to escape from the system.
So Amara was the only person that understood Renee. Right? Am I understanding that correctly? Well, okay, so from what I understand is that Renee had a very tough upbringing, a very disturbing upbringing, to the point where, like, she disassociated herself from the world. And so when certain events played out, she was sent here for whatever reason. I'm trying my best to understand the story behind this.
The scent of spring. The land of light was far away, and we spent the days chatting on the stone benches.
That's a lot of stone benches. Find the right bench. Oh, here we go. Is this the right one? Nope. Not the right one. Keep going. I will have to look at the synopsis for the game after completion, because this is an out bench. This was an out bench. Okay. Oh, there's more pages? Okay, well, we're not gonna do those pages yet until we find all of them. Oh, okay, never mind. Never mind. Okay, I was. We have to go. We have to go to the kitchen.
Come on. Come on, let's look everywhere. She must be here, I'm certain.
Hmm.
Keep looking. We mustn't give up. We can't go down there. There's too much water.
Okay, so we're looking for something. Greenhouse. Oh, what's this?
Adele, that little girl has been standing motionless in front of the kitchen door for hours. Poor thing, I gave her some candy. She ate it without a word and remained motionless. I don't think she's very well. We used to see her now and again, but now she's always there. I'm going. The doctor's not here. He's coming this afternoon. Try and speak to him.
Okay.
We
Poor
have to turn
thing.
the water on in the showers
Lost in
and
her
switch the
dreams.
boiler on.
She was only
All
a
the
little
plumbing
girl.
systems were in the kitchen area,
Yeah.
but nobody gave her a cuddle. They punished her instead. They said she was sick and her dreams were troubling her. They weren't even hers anymore. I need her, but we will find her. We'll find her, won't we? When the water in the shower was cold, we ran away. But when it was hot, then she came to Renee under that cruel white light. I can still feel the shivers her body gave me. Everything must return to how it was. If we recreate that magic, she'll come to us.
Oh, this is.
Now we have water. We must switch the boiler on.
Okay. Oh, there you go. Ah!
Now everything is ready. We can go to the bathrooms. We can go along that narrow corridor in the kitchens. We'll meet her in the showers, yes.
Okay. Alright, that's the end of the episode. So we're learning a lot. We're learning a lot about Renee's stay at the institution while she is suffering at her own madness and her own and her own helplessness in this town of light, which is really, it isn't a town of light, it's a goddamn nightmare. There is a bit of comfort within the light, and her name is Amara. So we gotta find Amara because apparently Mara is the key to with what's going on with Renee. Um, if you enjoyed the video, leave a like, comment, and subscribe to the YouTube channel. Also, if you're looking for other Let's Plays, then check out the other Let's Plays we have here on the channel. I also do first impressions, their Twitch VODs, YouTube shorts, trailer reactions. I do a podcast, and then yeah, I'll see you on the next episode.